Hi everyone, my name is Utkarsh Verma. My student code is FS40 underscore 3700125. And this is the MASAI Construct week. Me and my team have created a project called Algovision, where we help students to visualize algorithms and help to solve the problems of DSA. So here I'm on the meeting and my teammate is going to ask me questions related to this project and I'll be answering those questions. Over to you, Abhishek.
Hello, I am Abhishek Gupta and my student code is FT38 underscore 671. So, Utkarsh, I have a few questions to ask you. And my first question is, what is the scope of the project and why did you choose this name?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
What is the scope of the project and why did you choose this name?
Yes. So the scope or the purpose of this project is to help other students, just like I face the problem of not being able to visualize DSA. So what I used to do whenever I have to learn new algorithms, I always take out pen and paper and I started visualizing on that paper. So I also faced this problem and I thought even other students must be facing the same problem. So that's why I choose this project to help students to visualize uh, algorithms and DSA on DOM by creating a website. So this was the purpose.
My next question is, can you walk me through the most challenging technical problem you encounter in your project and how you resolved it?
Yes, so the most, if I have to say the most challenging part, the whole project was very challenging to be honest. But the most challenging part was to integrate artificial intelligence and the VS Code inside. So we have also integrated artificial intelligence in this project. So users or whoever using the coders can write their pseudo code and our AI will detect the entire code, that what algorithm that entire code is using. If it is using brute force or selection sort or binary search, our AI will go through the code and explain the entire process of that particular algorithm and will also suggest improvement to make the code even better in terms of time and space complexity. So this was the very hard part because we have to program our apps in such a way that AI understand what we wanted to get result from the AI. So this was the very hardest part.
My next question is, what specific technologies did you use and why did you choose them for this project?
Yes. So right now for this project, we have used HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and yes, the API technologies like artificial intelligence. And to integrate that, we have used Gemini. Using HTML, CSS, JavaScript for this project is because right now we have only learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and using JavaScript to write logic is one of the best way because working with web, we have to work with different libraries to make such project uh, successful. And JavaScript a very famous language, very popular language. That's why most of the libraries and the technology we want to integrate in our app is available out of the box for JavaScript. That's why my preference was to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript for this project.
My next question is, did you encounter any performance issues? How did you identify and address them?
Hmm. So the problem, the one of the problem that I identified was initially I was not able to figure it out that how can we able to make it visualize on DOM. So it was a really hectic task. It was not hectic task to solve a DSA question or solve an algorithm or write an algorithm, but the difficult task was to do the particular thing on DOM. So we were not able to do such thing. But there I learned something called modular code. So how we can write modular code, how we can convert things into function. I studied it for 2 to 3 days and I came to know that we can create functions to make our project manageable as well as modulable. Okay. So yeah, this was the technique which I used. Secondly, the most complex part, the challenge I faced is to manipulate DOM. So I also learned DOM also. And yeah, it how I tackled this problem is by going deep down into these things. So this is how I tackle the problem.
My next question is, can you explain a situation where you had to make a critical decision that impacted the project's direction?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can you explain a situation where you had to make a critical decision that impacted the project's direction?
Yes. So initially, what is the most pivotal? What is the most pivot thing we have done in the project is that initially we have not planned to integrate AI, but as we move forward, we realize that not only top 10 algorithms, if we integrate and we will make user understand everything, because obviously users can have their own doubts, users can have their own code which they want to know. So integrating AI moved our project in a very different direction. So now we have not only created a project, but we have created an MVP, that is minimum viable product. So we can actually launch it as a product and can find a PMF, that product market fit. So we can actually make it not as a project, but as a product. And that is why we have this project as an open source. Anybody can come and contribute. So this made our overall project as a product. So this was the most pivotal change I have done that impacted the project.
So my next question is, how did you manage version control and collaboration in your project?
Yeah. So how did I manage version control and collaboration? It was a very, very, very beautiful question. I really am interested to answer this question. So me and my team figure out that to a great extent, if we want to build a great product, we need to build a communication. We need to end the communication gap, and we have to make the communication seamless. For coding purpose, obviously we are a developer, so I have used GitHub, but GitHub is not the only way we have communicated. So right now we have used in this particular project Trello, PowerPoint presentation, Zoom meetings. So our everyday schedule was like every morning we always have a scrum where we decide that what we have to do, where we decide the deadlines of the particular day, what are the things we have to achieve, what are the to do. We also create to do list for a particular day. Second, we have used Trello to track our progress, that what progress, how much progress we have made today, tomorrow, and what we have to do next day. So this is how we have created to-do list on Trello. Third thing, we have used GitHub. Obviously, we are a developer, so we have used GitHub to deploy our code open source and to take version controlling so that we can know what version of code what person is pushing. So we have 3 members. 3 members are individually operating the GitHub to maintain the repository. So this is how we have collaborated.
Describe a piece of feedback you received on your project and how you implemented it.
Yeah, the most interesting part. So how like you want to ask me that how feedback impacted our project, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we have not taken feedbacks from only the internal team members. I have also shared the screenshot of our app and the public link of our app to the different teams at MASAI who are participating in Construct Week. And those people have given me really good feedbacks that, of course, this particular thing is not working. You have to add more features so that we can understand it even better. And we have converted those feedback into feed forwards and implemented that. And again, we have asked them to criticize our software, to criticize the way we have created UI and UX. And they all are very supportive, and we have got a lot of feedbacks, not from internal team, but from external teams. And external teams help me to build this great product.
My next question is, were there any trade-offs you had to make while working on the project? How did you prioritize?
Sorry, I didn't listen to the question. Please, can you repeat the question?
Were there any trade-offs you have to make while working on the project? And how did you prioritize?
Yes, so there are a lot of things that we have to prioritize. So first we started with the first Scrum meeting. We decided that yes, initially it was not planned to integrate AI and such UI features. So we have created a very hierarchy of priority list where we have uh, created an idea that first we will make a minimal viable project, MVP, that minimal viable project, that we will integrate those basic features which MASAI has asked to integrate, or which is actually needed to students. And then we have, after completing the entire basic feature, the MVP, that is minimal viable project stage, after completing that stage, then we come up with this thing that we are now going to introduce the advanced features like AI, the user interface, the search bar, and the next button. Initially, it was not all planned. So this is how we have created first priority list. But after completing that priority list, we have worked on the idea that we have thought in our mind, that we have dreamed of creating this project.
My next question is, what would you do differently if you were to start this project over again?
Yes. Okay. It was a very good question. Sorry, it is a very good question actually. And yeah, even I have also thought of this question, that if I have to start this project, if I have to make such project again, a project like this again, I will definitely going to start with a solid plan. So, and what that solid plan is, initially, whenever you want to build project, never jump. The one advice, if I have to give anybody who is building such product, never directly jump into coding, never directly go into the code part or the logic part. First, build a plan. So it was like, we have never planned for AI, but we integrated AI. We have never planned for this much clean UI, user interface, but we have integrated that. And because we have, after like building the minimum viable project, we have integrated these things. Believe me, this was a very hectic task. We have to my sleep schedule got very disturbed because of this. So if I have to start everything from scratch, I will definitely going to spend the entire day figuring out to build the best plan. Because everything, if you want to build something very successful in a very effective and efficient way, the plan is the best thing. First, plan things. So this will be my thing if I have to start everything from scratch.
And my next question is, can you explain the architecture of your project? Why was it designed this way?
Yes. So architecture of the project is very simple. We are using HTML, CSS, JavaScript tech stack. Inside that, we have a folder structure of algorithms, the main page, universal CSS, universal JavaScript. Algorithms page contains all the algorithms we need to integrate in this app. And then we have the front end page where we are actually storing all the main front end files. That is the landing page. Then we have some universal CSS and universal JS files. So we are kind of creating a structure like React, because we don't know much about React. We only know the theoretical concept of React. So we are applying the theoretical concept of React in this project. So we have created every different folders for everything, and we have created a universal project, a universal folder that contains things or components that are being used in entire website. So we are creating kind of mock thing related, mock React.js. So yes, this is the structure. And why it is designed in such a way? Because project like these requires lot of logic, lot of code. And believe me, if you don't do this type of structuring, the project will become a mess. Because because there is a lot of code. And if you don't plan the structure, the code is going to be cluttered, and you yourself will be not be able to understand your code in future. So this is why we have structured the code in such a way.
My next question is, how did you ensure the scalability and security of the project?
Scalability and security is one of the concern. While scalability is not a big concern, because we are not operating on any data that we are storing in database, so scalability is not that issue. But yes, because we are authenticating the user using Google, so we have used Google authentication, which is by default very secure. So we don't have to care about security as much. Also, we are not storing any kind of data, so we don't have to look onto the database thing and make it scalable. So this is the very simple project. Everything is working on the client side.
My next question is, how did you collaborate with your team members on this project? Can you give an example of how you resolved a conflict or disagreement?
I think Abhishek, I think you asked me the same question again. I think you have previously also asked me the same question.
No, it's a bit different. It's focusing on conflict and disagreement. Like, how did you manage to resolve any conflict or
Yes,
disagreement?
yes, yes. There were many conflict when we were building the project. Like even Abhishek also suggested me some changes which I really don't like, and I have also suggested some changes which Ayush and Abhishek, my other two members, team members, didn't like. So this conflict is the part of, and to be honest, conflict are the parts of projects, and without conflict you cannot create project, because everybody have their own opinion on building projects. Everybody will like, okay, this feature should work like this, and this feature should work like this. So this, and in this and that conversation, there should not be the conflict, should not be go beyond the project. So I have come to with this conclusion that, okay, whatever the conclusion is, we'll always look on feedback. So for example, if Abhishek suggested me to build integrate this particular feature, we will integrate that feature, and we'll ask different people from different teams to give feedback on that particular thing. And feedback will decide which feature will go in the production build. So this is how we are able to solve the conflict. And to be honest, conflict is just a healthy way of building a project. This is what I believe.
My last question is, what was your contribution to the project?
Yes. So my contribution to the project is actually very big, to be honest. I have to say this, because I'm a team lead and I have led team in a way, like I don't know, I can't say that I have lead this team in a best way. That is only Abhishek and Ayush can answer that question. But yes, I have tried my best to give my best to this team and to this project, and I have lead the project in a way that everybody gets opportunity to contribute their best. So as a team leader, your work is to involve everyone, that everybody gets equal opportunity to express their thoughts and put their efforts into the project, and that is the only way you will be able to build a successful product. So this was my contribution to collect, to get everybody together and work on a project. This is my biggest contribution to this project.
So that's all from my side.
Thank you, Abhishek, for asking these questions. And in conclusion, I want to say this was a really great project. I learned a lot of things, and I came to know about really lot of new things that I have never thought of and that I never know. And after building this project, I came to know, okay, I can literally build this type of project. And this was a very great experience, not only about learning, but about collaboration. This was my first project where I have done collaboration with two different people, including me, like total three, and build such type of great project at very first collaboration. So yeah, this was very great. All thanks to my team member Abhishek and Ayush, and special thanks to Masai, that Masai have given me this opportunity to work on such project with such hardworking members. Thank you, everyone.